walk down a lane and just try and threaten entity.
It makes sense to me. Let's jump into the game as we get started. Unmute, please. Interesting. With game number 1 of Entity versus Team Spirit. And yeah, some. Why is he asking for an unmute? What's the beef here?
I mean, he's of course bought the GOAT T-Governor voice line and obviously wants to spam it, and he wants Collapse to be able to hear it. Come on, please. That's the only reason I can think of.
Reach.
Yeah, reach into your pockets. $2.99.
Someone has a voice line which says "Goodbye, clowns."
To battle.
Wait, that really?
Goodness gracious. That went through, yeah.
Oh.
All right.
It was lost in translation.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, fair enough. Today we learned.
Today we did. So, how are these lanes going to be looking? In the middle lane, we got Park laning up versus the Visage. I mean, Visage is still the same laner he always has been. It's just a case of kind of surviving and trading until you get to those to that level 6 where you can start to be a hero. Can Punk punish that? Can Larl kind of put the hate onto Stormstormer and force him out?
Not really. I think Visage is quite a independent mid laner in that regard. You just kind of continue hitting your creeps, you don't really care. And Puck shouldn't really have kill threat, especially when Stormstormer hit sips. There's going to be that double birds in play as well. I think the saving grace is just there isn't really rotation potential on the side of Entity. Like a Venge or a Dazzle can't just sweep into mid and kill off this Puck. So if anything, it's on Spirit. It's like, how do they maybe utilize Collapse from the Spirit Breaker? Does it get like an early phase boots and just connect on mid and try and offset the matchup a little bit? And already Fishman in the bot lane, putting a little bit of poke onto Mira here. He's hugging that tower. You see it on the very top side of the right hand. Yeah, Mira was unable to really play the lane. There he is.
Another nearly dead friend. Not having the nicest time thus far. Fishman is a bit of a beast. Dazzle always going to be good at winning harass walls in lane, and we're just botting these two heroes at the moment, but he'll turn around and start to put a bit of damage back into him, and even landing a bash there on Collapse, which is going to help, but at the same time, they're both getting very low, and Fishman doesn't really care if he drops a little bit to this. He's at the fairy fire as well, so not as close to dying as he may look.
No, I feel like Entity there. Their draft might look a little bit weird in how they connect in lanes, but like after the laning phase, but they are very hard to really shut down, right? It's just the Dazzle's quite a lane securing hero. The Visage, like we've already mentioned, Conquer as well with the wave clear, and already we're seeing it here. They're even getting the first blood in the bot lane.
Yeah, Cloud gets brought down. Fishman just with the constant harass, and only really needs a stun thrown away from Watson, and that's going to grab him first blood. Very nice start to the bottom lane from Entity as they get started into this best of 2 series with a bang.
Not the strongest laner, of course. Our sweet little Spirit Breaker. He's a hero that loves levels and items. He doesn't really like the level 1 for sure. Yeah, and Entity, they are really trying to bully as much as possible here.
Yeah, this is a super obnoxious lane as well. Like, Entity have just drafted themselves some pretty mean picks. You've got the Wave of Terror followed up by the Tidebringer, and no hero really can sustain through that. It's pretty brutal. So Yatoro happens to get himself lots of regen coming out. In fact, he doesn't have regen on his courier now. He's just got a Band of Elven skin. The armor's going to help, but I have a feeling we might be seeing a Luna hitting the jungle relatively early, which isn't entirely a bad thing. The hero is kind of designed to do it, but still, kind of rough.
Yeah, I think also once Miposhka gets a couple levels in Leech Seed, maybe a point in living armor, then the regen will happen. You'll be able to push out the lanes, but yeah, so far Entity using their kind of nice little laning combos to just annoy Spirit a little bit. Yeah, trying to even go aggressive on Gabbi.
And Lotus is going to help a lot. Top lane, yeah, chilling. Clap certainly feeling alright down here.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Carry mangoes as well to keep on fishing. Charges off.
Yeah, I think for Collapse at least, it's once he picks up phase boots, just try and look at the wider map, find an opportunity. And the question is, does he ever put a point in borders? Just trying to reduce the stun times, the poison touch. As a Spirit Breaker player myself, I absolutely hate when I need to put a point in borders, but sometimes the game calls for it. And both mids should be getting a water rune, 1 for 1 as well.
Stormstormer does need to go. He doesn't want to get all out of it, but yeah, has to leave the range creep because of it, unfortunately. All up in the top side, bit of trading taking place with Miposhka. Getting very low here. They have the damage to finish him off. Oh, nice stun from Yatoro. That actually might just save his life. The Treant Protector gets away. They won't be bringing down Miposhka today.
Just tanky lad. I think the 3-minute Lotus is always so important in these lanes. I think whatever team that actually pulls ahead, they find that turnaround potential, and because of it, they're now even looking to try and kill off Kataomi. But just not enough damage yet.
I would like to see them time these Wave of Terrors. You know, the Wave of Terror coming out after the Tidebringer just seems like a little bit of wasted damage. Like, sure, it's only like 5-ish. I think more than 5 damage is down the bottom lane, yeah. Caught by Glam.
Trying to be a little bit cheeky there for sure. Watson was quite low in Mira, playing on the edge with the Never Blast. Had a wand and a Fairy Fire available. Unable to get it off in time. No, I think looking back at the mid lane, 30 for 11 on Stormstormer, to 23 and 3 on the puck. Like, this is kind of as expected. Visage just happily hitting the creeps. Visage also looking to go for the Solar Crest. There's a couple options for Stormstormer in this game. You can go for potentially like Solar Crest, Orchid, Ags kind of route, so then you're consistently threatening the puck. You know, puck players, with the current itemization, how popular certain things are, they hate to buy yours and they never want to buy BKB. So as long as you pick up an Orchid, it could really
Watson
just prevent his play.
He's gonna survive. And actually, Fishman kind of looking to chase down here a little bit, but once again, that Decrepify gets rid of the poison touch, so Fishman won't be able to get the trade onto Mira. Doing a lot of work down here.
Yeah, the small thing here is like the value of Decrep in this lane. Both Wraith King and Dazzle need to do physical damage over time. So just a well-positioned Decrep, or more time Decrep, sorry, is going to be enough to just keep yourself in the lane. But Yatoro gets caught by the X into a blood grenade. Magic Missile falling.
The stun is there from Kataomi, and that'll be enough to bring him down. Larl does come in a little bit too late to save the life of his carry, but maybe to get a revenge kill or two. Kataomi trying to get the deny, not going to happen, but it will just be the support kill.
And as soon as the puck makes that rotation, look at Stormstormer. He's knocking on that mid tower. Quarter HP left.
The little familiar's going to work, devouring the tower. You gotta respect it. This is something we'll see a lot of. Every time this puck rotates, you're going to lose about 50% of your tower's HP. Means he can make 2 rotations.
Half HP on the tower gone.
In the name of the king.
One rotation and it's like nearly deleted.
Not really going to achieve much. Gabbi is a little bit too big. Only going for the pull.
Fishman coming up. He's like, all right, boys, one more X and a kill, and Yatoro, he's going to have not the most enjoyable of games, but I think Yatoro makes a nice read, moves over to the small camp. And yeah, Miposhka. I think there's someone up here to poke this over and blocks that rotation.
Meanwhile, in the middle lane, that tower is very, very close to dying. Could be denied here. Stormstormer doesn't want to let it happen. Just positioning himself really far up.
Oh, then deny.
Good deny. He doesn't notice. And that's going to be a bit cheeky from the puck. A little surprised that Stormstormer just gave that up so freely. And now it's going to be a Arcane Ring going to the puck as well. That's pretty scary. Now you got shot. He's got no middle tower to protect, because up in the top lane, Miposhka is going to get brought down. And Steve do finally connect with this Dazzle rotation. And not just the Dazzle, but Watson turns up here as well. So Wraith King looking to make the early moves up to the top side of the map.
And as soon as he goes there, he spawns skeletons. Dazzle, of course, a nice combination with the Shadow Wave 3 points. You're going to always heal bomb heroes inside of that combination. Spawn skeletons, Entity goes back bottom. So he's pushing top, farming bottom. Entity right now, they are being incredibly efficient on the map. Just towers falling left and right.
Dire's top tower.
If you're Spirit, you're going to need to try and kind of do something, but I think, of course, hindsight's quite a powerful tool, and now with a little bit more information, I was saying, oh, maybe Entity don't have the damage, but they have the structural damage built into the lineup. On the flip side, Spirit, their support duo, they don't really rotate and kill
Radiant's
things.
middle
And
tower
Park after getting shut down in the laning phase from the Visage, it's kind of hard to make plays, right? You don't want to TP to the Luna lane. She doesn't want to fight. And Spirit Breaker is, of course, still trying to farm up. Like, he's going for a Midas. He understands that this game isn't going to be over quickly for him.
Ooh, that was awkward. Collapse just tries to throw down the ulti onto Watson, but Watson moved into the shadows. And, well, I'll go to Miposhka here as Entity make a bit of a counter rotation. I'm not sure Team Spirit were ready for this. The Stormstormer burst is just going to pack away at Mira. Mira doesn't have the cover for another 6 seconds, so he might just end up dropping, but he does have a one healing Lotus and a Fairy Fire, so they're going to at least need the stuns come through, but it doesn't matter. He doesn't get any of it off, and he does go down.
Yeah, I think Spirit have understood how weak they are right now after what happened in the laning phase, and because of it, mode farm across the board. If you're a Spirit fan, hold on tight. It's going to be a rough 15 minutes of the game coming up.
Put your faith in Yatoro. This Luna hero needs to do some heavy lifting this game. Already on top of the net worth though, so it's a great start. It needs to continue.
Where is Stormstormer going to be going with his itemization? Again, like Solar Crest, it's such a great item for the Visage. Amp up your birds, make sure you have a little bit of move slow against your opponent, plus the armor. Like, it's such a good item. But here it's like, does he go for just the casual bots? Does he go
reasonably popular on Visage still? It's a good hunting item. I feel like that's not really the spirit of this game. You kind of want to be running down lanes as 5, so maybe some more orbs, or perhaps you can say. I mean, even an AC might be really nice, actually. I can see that working well for them, just really tripling down on the anti-armor. Go for a BTB afterwards, perhaps, as fight breaks out in the middle lane. I mean, Larl trying to get some damage off, but Fishman just pumping the heals into Kataomi from the side and stops him from dropping, really. Stormstormer still absolutely peachy. No real connection there from Larl. Oh my god, nothing gained. Bottom side, they're moving on to Watson. Watson could be kept. They don't even know that the collapse is here trying to bring him down. I think in fact, it does get off the armor. It doesn't make a difference though. Does still die. Coming back to life. He doesn't have the stun, however, which means the Spirit Breaker can just get out. Mira, unfortunately, not so lucky. Still 7 seconds on that TP scroll. Is going to get hunted down here. Don't think there's any way out for this little pugner.
Space.
You can run.
So much space.
Indeed.
Right, watch him deny the rope somehow. Okay, no, he didn't. That would have been so beautiful if he hit the Never Blast on the Roshan to get him to leave the pit and then slam because there was 3 heroes. That would have been an absolutely goated play, but alas, didn't happen.
Yeah, gotta keep an eye out for these things, but seldom actually comes true.
I'll be honest, Clap scared me a little bit, by the way. He bought a Midas, and then his quick buy was Octarine. And that really doesn't scream, I'm gonna try and win the game in the next 15-20 minutes. It really... Okay, either way, he is charging into Stormstormer right now. Doesn't have the ultimate available. Didn't want to commit the coil.
Yeah, Collapse actually in some trouble here. Where is that X though? A little bit of far away, so Collapse is just going to be able to walk his way out of this one for the time being. They're both coming down. Going to land onto the train here who is X marked, so they will be able to get something from this. Not a particularly high value kill, but still just kind of making their way around this map and forcing Team Spirit to kind of just run away from them. Oh, look at stats.
Stealing the stacks as well, yeah. I'm incredibly surprised that Spirit even went for that play. They didn't have the Never Strike available on the Spirit Breaker.
Not so safe.
He was leading the charge. Then Larl showcasing why Puck is pretty good against Kunkka, but not against the Visage.
Not against the Visage at all, and that's going to be a puck going down here as well. Yatoro, he's turning up there now. No, wants to try and make a fight. Oh, the overgrowth. It's a great overgrowth coming down. 3 of them just hugging each other. Bouncing blades going to rock. Oh my goodness. They've taken a step too far, and Team Spirit, they've punished them heavily. Oh,
I've not
beautiful.
seen a Luna plus overgrowth at 30 minutes look
Dire's
that
bottom
destructive.
tower is under attack.
What
Dude,
did I
found
just
the
see?
glaive.
The glaives! The 4-point glaives! It's 13 minutes into the game. They just got obliterated. Entity, they were styling on Spirit, and then that was just fair play, Miposhka, Yatoro. This POS 1 and 5 combo, just of course, you know, TI winning in history, and yeah, fair play.
I can't believe it though. I've got glaives isn't a fighting spell. Okay, you pick this, you max this, but you plan on going AFK in the jungle. You don't turn up to fights. You're breaking the rules, buddy.
How often are they positioned like that, right? That was such a rare opportunity, and
True.
cool to see Karen participating.
They basically were a neutral camp there.
All right, small, medium, or big.
Well, they are going to be able to get the punish here onto Yatoro. It does get a bit too big for his boots, hangs around the mid lane for a little too long, and it's just come barreling down at him punish. It sucks because Yatoro, I've got him in my fancy team, and Death is one of the things I've got at like 300%. So less of that, please.
Yeah, I think for my fantasy, it's First Blood creep score and GPM. So of course, in Luna in the game, we're farming some points right now. I'm a bit upset
But
I
you got your
accidentally
Thor
left
as well?
Nisha with wards placed, so that's a bit of a blunder in my fantasy.
No, that's fine. He loves wards. He loves
Yeah, I
warding.
mean, he's going to place the mid ward every game, so it's just free 20 points consistently.
Let's go. We eating good tonight.
No Frank
Oh, we go
Yatoro.
for a little bit of a stack in the triangle.
Yeah, actually should be looking at a pre-20-minute Roshan. Like, Desolated's only 600 gold away. You've already got the Solar Crest on the Visage. It kind of is quite an indicator of take it away from Spirit, throw it onto the Visage.
from
He
my
opted to go for the
chest.
Drum and then Shard build, so just consistently looking to amp up his birds. Extra attack speed through the Drum, then the Shard just to give the Visage just survivability. It's quite a nice combo breaker in Spirit Breaker as well, because if you don't perfectly time the Never Strike post charge, you're trying to be a little bit greedier with your right clicks. It can allow Village just to drop down in that ground, regen back up. And then, yeah, back to farming.
Back to farming we go. Yeah, so they've been a little bit nerfed recently because 7 seconds still on Familiars. I'm not sure how it died, but he's currently only got one bird. Can resummon now. It's up on the top side. Collapse, just getting chased down by Watson and Kataomi. And with a big old crit coming out from that Mortal Strike, Watson will be able to bring down the Space Cow.
I actually can't believe it. He's going Octarine. It's like second item. I mean, this is like one of the greedier
Midas
approaches.
Octarine.
Yeah,
Radiant's
like Midas
middle tower
Octarine.
is under attack.
Indeed. It's very much a train of logic, which is just, oh, hold up, here in the mid lane.
Birds have arrived. They're going to get dropped here. Oh, never mind, the Overgrowth actually stopped it. So they can't quite finish the kill. They will finally run him down. Miposhka does get away. Sure, that Overgrowth didn't necessarily change too much, but
Step lively now.
he got
Your
away
admiral
safely.
is on board.
Buys more time as well, whilst Yatoro just trying to get those illusions down the bottom lane and then get himself over towards the Ancient. This is such a cheeky move as Luna, but when you can get away with it, it feels so good. Like if you get illusions on like a really deep wave.
Radiant's
It's
bottom
why, like,
tower
once we
is under
first had the
attack.
big map changes, heroes like Alchemist and like Naga, TB, EPL, they were like the kings of the patch because it was so easy to kind of confuse your opponent during like to the sides of it, right? Like you just get out to a position, throw the illusions, disengage, now farming what, near 40-50% of the map, half of it for free, no contest. For Spirit, that's kind of going to be the main aim of their game right now. Try and just evade the aggression, keep farming up. They are being incredibly greedy with their itemization. It will pay off if they get games of last collapse. Getting
Radiant
jumped a little bit top.
are
Has charged if you want to go to a different lane. Oh, instantly got by.
Radiant cancel from the swap though. That is unfortunate. And Collapse, well, he's going to get brought down. Big old zap comes out from the Dazzle. Kataomi gets the kill.
Radiant's middle tower
Gabbi
is
going
under
to get
attack.
the portal up to the top side, help them out, and I think it's going to be Roshan time.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
As expected, the pre-20-minute Roshan. Desolator is complete, soon to be Blink
Radiant's
Dagger.
middle tower
I
is
feel like
under
this
attack.
Roshan probably could go the way of Stormstormer. He enters the fight one set of birds, he dies, he can resummon. neutral, so maybe Watson wants to have 3 lives, 2 lives.
Gabbi. I kind of would have been expecting maybe the Kunkka to take this, but I guess it's decent on Stormstormer. He's gone for a very defensive build though, with Soul Breath drums and then Shard, nonetheless.
Yeah, we mentioned this earlier, but it's like the idea of just give your birds all the presents, you can hit the buildings nicely, and you become just a nuisance in the fight, right? Like, he's playing for his team with this build for sure. And Mira again, it's getting picked off. Entity support's just not letting him chill, and actually, yeah, he put on a bit of a show. No, actually, yeah.
I convey your spirit to the
Gabbi uses this one to interrupt the life drain, and just such an annoying ability.
Are scanning.
Meanwhile, Gabbi just getting rich. He's making paper up in the top side. Taking that massive stack they made with that blade mail is going to make him finish off this Saganum Scepter. Almost has a shard now to boot as well. So, yeah, he's getting wet and wild. He's got the full, every ride is now open for business. You can get on the wave, the tidal wave. You can join the torrent storms. You can get a boat in your face, which is probably a fun ride. But
I'd be surprised if Entity was to lose a team fight. Like, the fact that they have like pre-20 minutes Aegis, plus the shard on Visage, Ag shard on Kunkka, Blink Deso Armlet on the Wraith King. Like, this is just, they're screaming, let's crush a fight. And also, we haven't even set the Fishman went for Midas.
Jesus Christ.
Just catching him from Midas on Dazzle. Like, the game's so good, why not? And Spirit, like, at the 20-minute mark, they're not even really playing the map at this point. They're just like hugging the side of the map, trying to quickly get a creep wave here and there. They're dodging the big ball right now because Yatoro, he's making the call. He's like, guys, I can't fight. I need my BKB. I'm still like 1,200 gold away. And even if Yatoro gets the BKB, can he fight into a solo crest plus Deso with the wave of terror? Like, there's so much minus armor. Like, this Luna, she pops Master of Madness plus gets hit by all of this. Like, she's going to be in near 0 armor territory. It's going to be an extremely squishy BKB Luna entering these game-deciding mid-game fights.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Sure. I mean, she did go for the shard at the very least. Yatoro is one of the few players which will just buy it pretty early on. It's decent for farming, it's great for keeping yourself alive in fights and critical situations, but will that be enough in these fights? I don't think so. There's too much control.
The Octarine is complete on collapse. Like, he is farming pretty well. And now because he has the Octarine, like, the key thing though, guys, it's 7.34D. The bonus damage, the dash got increased by like 5%, and that alone is enough to allow Spiritbreaker to freely push waves. And Mira's dying. It's like, that's now just a constant of the game. So when it happens, I'm not going to be like, oh, for collapse. Like, he just farms so quickly now. Like, he of course needs Shadow Blade to be able to be the true split pusher. But for Spirit, they do need to just ignore the team game and just go wave after wave after wave. But with Puck and Spiritbreaker in their lineup, it is incredibly easy for them to make these moves.
Gabbi just taking some chunks out of the Puck. Just angry at him. I know I'm never going to kill you by myself, but I can use some abilities, take a bit of your health, force you back to base. Very worthwhile.
Also, I've cast quite some games recently, but I've yet to actually see competitively the Ags on Puck. And Larl looks like he's going for Maelstrom Ags on this Puck. That's where you can throw down the coil and auto right click. Like, yeah, Spirit are cooking something because they're not playing the game right now. They're playing some interior motive. Oh, pretty much. Farewell.
Good escape.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Some salutes for the attempt there in the chat. He tried his best, but alas, didn't quite work out. Noble hero. But still, not many heroes dropping on Entity recently. They're doing pretty damn well, but they haven't really achieved a whole lot with this Aegis, I would say. Some pressure on the top side. Not really getting any more tier 2s taken down yet. I think I would have liked to see them kind of just sweep the map a little harder than this, but they seem to be waiting for a couple more timings. They want to get the Saganums finished on the Visage. I think what they're waiting for on Watson.
I think for Entity, they are missing a little bit of a beat though. Like, they had the Ags pickup, they had Shard. We mentioned it nearly 4 or 5 minutes ago. There was a blink on the Wraith King. Like, these are all the items to go fight. And instead, they've now allowed Team Spirit to purchase an entire BKB on Yatoro. He's now one component deep into Butterfly, with only needing pretty much the Eagle Song to finish it. Like, you're a physical damage lineup, and you've now allowed the Luna to, in a starved game, who's farmed exceptionally well, to now get to a point where she could win a fight, right? Like beforehand, I think she just feeds in the fight.
Yeah.
Based on how farmed Entity were, but again, they've just opted to not really be the aggressors. Of course, they did get picked off on the dazzle mid, which delays a little things, but this smoke does feel advantageous to Spirit's game plan rather than Entity.
Ooh, that stun is going across map.
Oh, Mira. Okay, no, we've said this already.
Yeah, no, this is not worth talking about.
No, not at all. Let's just... I've closed my eyes.
My return never reaches.
Can I open them now?
Yep, you can.
Okay. Thanks.
Might as well just blinked. Oh, Yatoro is doing it.
Oh, sharp gameplay.
Smokes just kill off a wave. I love to see it.
Nice.
We don't see enough silly glaive things coming out.
Oh, Stormstormer, you got to be careful here, boss. You have a gem. But with the Aghanimity, do they have detection? They have one sentry.
Oh, they got him. The rest of the team is nowhere near to helping out, but he does have the Stone Form. This might be enough to keep him alive. Stone Form's just going to keep him in the ground for a little bit here. And now the rest of the team has a chance to come in, but they're not helping him. They're going for the kill onto the Spirit Breaker instead. So Stormstormer kind of just gets left for dead in the backlands and all this kill off collapse. And Watson, he can't even finish the job. Finish your greens, my guy. Oh, collapses. Looks like he's actually going to get away. Gabbi trying to chase him down here. Won't be able to do so. It's very messy. Maybe they catch Larl at the very least. He's silent stuff. He is finished off. That's an orchid on the race team, by the way. Don't ask me why. He's already being chased down. And now he just turns around. He's not chasing anybody, in fact. He's turning it around. Gabbi taking hits here. But it is Watson who's kind of clearing up at the moment. He's taking down the poster as well. Now gets on top of Yatoro. I'm not sure if he can find a bit of this. In comes the Prepify to keep him alive a little bit longer. Orchid out onto the but he can't finish the job. Watson suddenly finds himself all alone. Gabbi's going to get killed off as well. Meanwhile, over the other side, Gabbi's dead. And now they can all turn around and deal with the Wraith King. Wraith King does take down Mira on his way out. And he's still looking for Yatoro. He's not giving up on this whatsoever. He's got the stun available. Does throw it out. Nice man's dodge from Yatoro, though. Yatoro going up. Not going to take the kill. Oh, look who's back. Stormstormer. He wants some revenge. He wants to bring down this Luna, but all by himself. Well, with the help of Watson, they will be able to get this kill. Yatoro dies, and it's a fight. One of the fights of all time. I think we can just claim Watson as the winner. I think that's the easiest thing to do here, T.
There's so many cool things in that fight. First of all, Stormstormer being able to get off the Silent of the Grave quick enough to prolong the engagement. And on top of that, then Gabbi, Collapse was chasing him down with a Shadow Blade. He then preemptively torrented on top of the camp, Tidebringer as well to kill off the invisible Collapse, only to then die to the neutral creep after it. And then there was like the gem warfare as well. Tree takes the gem, then he dies at the tail end of the fight. Wraith King gets it back. So of course, Entity are the inevitable victors of that entire engagement. But for Spirit to start that, they're a man down, smoking us for, trying to play the maybe they're not respecting our ability to get the kill. You know, fair play to Spirit for giving it a go, but of course, Entity, they are so incredibly tanky. And Watson did go for an Orchid after that Desolator Blink. So now he is just preventing Puck from being so elusive in the fights, and at some point you're going to have to ask, when does Larl buy that defensive item? Will he go for it? Will he just play even further back in the fight? And 5k lead now to Side Entity. Again, 22-8 on the kills, but only a 5k. Like, what a beautiful game it is. Spirit just did a very good job pushing out the wave so quickly. Luna, Spirit, and Puck, some of the best in their roles at how quickly they can push out lanes.
Yeah, absolutely. Punishable if they are caught, but it's hard to catch them, especially when you're using illusions on one. Well, he's just a buck.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now Yatoro is going to have a butterfly for that next fight. Disassembling the Mask of Madness, that'll then create a butterfly. Of course, with the Morbid Mask, you buy Satanic. You either go straight Satanic, or you can just leave it as a casual Morbid, replacing it for Silver Edge or completely Daedalus potentially.
Middle tower
a lot of options there.
Attack.
And the Spirit, they're smoked up once again. Hungry for the fight.
Here. Stun's going to come out onto him. Beaky even coming out from Watson here. He's coming to fight hard, but they're not going to bring him down in time. Mira, he's coming in with a heal. Finally, no, Sclap still getting off charges here. Mira's going to be the one to drop. Finally, they'll bring down Kataomi, and finally Collapse will down the side as well as Watson just conks through Miposhka, absolutely taking him out here. Now looking for Yatoro as well, but Yatoro turns it around, gets off the eclipse, but it doesn't matter. Surrounded by entity heroes, he will get killed off. Watson does finally drop the second time as Larl dies at last.
Watson?
Oh, is that a mana? That's what.
10 mana short. 10 mana. Go away. Just click on Wraith King and then you'll just feel the despair of Watson. He was vibing so hard in that fight. Just a fluid plays, a little crit there, a little stun there, a little orchid. You know what I'm saying? Bam, then look at that. 10 mana short. But for Spirit, that the whole fight just crumbled when Collapse just wasn't able to press play in our pocket or the bulldoze as he's running around in that Shadow Blade. If he was able to press either of those spells, the magic resist or the static resist, it would have been enough most likely to not die, to just give Spirit entry to that engagement. But yeah, fair play to Entity. Have the detection, they're ready for that Spirit Breaker positioning. And their second Roshan is going to fall to the way of Entity. You'd expect this time around though with the Aegis, they're going to look at progressing an up stake. That previous Aegis, it was very much a farming one.
Has fallen to the Wraith.
Yeah, what indeed.
Radiant's middle tower is
Aegis
under
now
attack.
grabbed once again by the Visage. Now it's Aghanim's, now it's Boots of Daring, so yeah, him and his really is kind of beast mode. On the way, Collapse and Entity. Gabbi just having a bit of a kerfuffle. Spirit Breaker, gonna get the charge away regardless.
I think Gabbi probably had the most enjoyable game of his Road to TI experience so far in this very game. Like his heat map was just living in top lane pretty much for nearly so many minutes. And now he's like, oh, I'm gonna play the game properly. I'm gonna leave the top area. I've got a Hex, the Ags, a Cheese, a Blade Mail, a Shard, got some cape as well. Like, whew.
You have life? Yeah. I don't think Gabbi, I mean, he died once this game. I'm not sure he's going to die a second time, but we shall see.
That does sound like a good challenge, though.
Indeed. Again, Team Spirit have many ways of just constantly delaying this game, getting the waves out. You know, we already talked about the Puck, we talked about the Luna. Spirit Breaker is going to join that club as well. He's already in that club, really, but when he gets the Aghanim Scepter, it's going to be even more annoying.
Is under attack.
Killing off wave after wave after wave, jumping away again. Miposhka already deep in the bottom side with the Luna as well. I mean, they can threaten high ground, honestly. If Entity don't come back, then they will be losing a lot. That's just always a dagger held on the backs of Entity. Silence out onto the Puck to start hitting the tower, force out a Fortify, but in the bottom side, look at these illusions. They go to work, and Yatoro's not far behind them.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
Got to commit to this, and Entity, that's exactly what they're going to do. Creep Wave, they have died, but they're already just trying to take down the tower as quickly as possible. Stormstormer's familiar is getting pretty low here. Mira does drop. It looks like Kataomi, he's getting low as well. Larl with that Ags, with that coil, doing so much damage, but not enough to actually kill off the support. So you gotta wonder if this is really worthwhile. And blink away from Watson. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Yatoro's getting the barrack.
Radiant's top
You've got to
tower
think
is
about
under
this.
attack.
BKB, TP away, see you later. He is out.
Wait,
He's X marks. Oh my god, that was so close. Jesus.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but the BKB expired at pretty much the same frame as the X expiring. Like it was so damn close to Luna just getting dragged back to the bottom side of the map.
This is one of the reasons why Conquer is such a powerful hero now. Took people a while to clock on, but X marks into BKB is pretty ridiculous counter to TP outs.
Team Spirit again down on the kill score, down on kind of the team fight capabilities,
Radiant's
but then
top tower
the
is
one
under
taking the
attack.
first set of action, Yatoro, he just has a clear vision for what he wants to do with his hero. He identifies the ability to go bot. Entity just diving wildly into mid, and with the coil, the overgrowth, a lot of disengaged potential available for Spirit. They found
him though.
Yatoro.
They found Yatoro. He needs help. The opponent's behind him. He has the BKB. Fight to buy him a little bit of time. He just needs to find a way to turn around and fight. But with that BKB used earlier, there's not really anything he can do. The clips will be thrown down, but so what? Yatoro will fall. Mira goes down as well. Entity. That was what they needed. And you know, credit to Yatoro. He made an amazing play, but then you get caught out and.
But look at the wave movement.
Look at the lanes, yeah.
Where's the punishment available? Entity, they get a beautiful kill on Luna, who's being such a rat. And Collapse, he's already bot, skipping the wave. He's killing Kataomi. And then Larl was mid lane. Like, Entity, they need to be mindful that sure they get the big kill, but in the back of their mind, it's always, where's Puck, where's Spirit Breaker? If you don't escort your wave down the lane, it's going to get deleted in 2 seconds.
So how long do you think it will be until Stormstormer queues up her Hex?
He had one in his quick buy about 5 minutes ago. Then he pivoted to Nullifier because it's against Spirit Breaker. You can dispel Bulldoze. So it's very, just a game-breaking item to prevent his tankiness, the status resistance that he provides from his second spell. So I could argue that maybe the Nullifier could be better.
What is this? What is this? Oh, Spirit Breaker never changed, but the high ground's already broken. They got the back door protection. That's what they wanted from this creep wave. Perhaps didn't kill her off soon enough, but he will kill off all of these skeletons. Just dead army of skeletons, which I guess is what they already were. Now the next wave comes in, but look who's back. Yatoro is here. Aegis runs out. This could be an opportunity for Team Spirit if they can find the angle of initiation. But going up in this high ground is not it.
Wraith King, he does have the blood form complete. During that time, he will have True Strike, so it's a way to eat through that butterfly.
Dire's bottom tower
Hex, a stun, Wraith Blast, Bloodthorn. Everyone barrels onto Luna. They are going to be able to just pretty much ignore this butterfly. And Entity, they are doing a pretty good job. They have a wave right now.
Radiant's
Being escorted to the high ground.
Kill the living and smash.
And they look to try and take another tier 3.
No one really came out to deal with this one. Collapse will just charge on through, take it out, doing his annoying
Radiant's
thing.
top tower has fallen.
For now, it's a pretty slow siege. I mean, they're doing damage, but lots swap out onto the Spirit Breaker. They need to try and bring him down. He's got the BKB. Turn it back around though. Charges Kataomi. They'll bring him down the first time. He's still got the clone. Clone will fall as well. They'll take him down both. And now, wow, look at the back line. They're just getting chipped down, being killed off as an afterthought. Look at the damage coming out for Yatoro right now. Watson, his first life, it is eventually going to fall. Meanwhile, a Stormstormer just trying to blast some damage out into Collapse. But Larl in the back line just clicking away. He's clicking and clicking. And now they move over. They'll deal with Watson. Watson likely going to get brought down here. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The Wraith King falls as well. Entity, they're gone. And that was just an incredible fight from Team Spirit.
What a great fight. But first of all, like, Avengers just swapping in to start the fight. And on top of that, you've got like 4-man coil. Like, Puck, he went for the outfield. He's clicking away the entire time with Miona, proccing that. Overgrowth, the graph, the AoE, like there is so much AoE damage coming out. Pretty much every single hero will just spill damage into the fight. We're going to see the replay here. Then just starts with a wild swap into a Spirit Breaker, and from that point, it's already just coiling the backlines. Sure, they're breaking it, but this is no way to really take a fight for Entity. You're all condensed down. All of the AoE damage that I just mentioned from Spirit is just ripping through the entire engagement. And where's that kind of control for Larl? Wraith King, he's focused on the top side of the fight. His Orchids, his Bloodthorns, they're not really connecting to stop Larl from just free casting his spell. And yeah, the high ground, one of the hardest things to break in Dota, and Entity falling victim once again to the slippery slope to that dire side.
Tower is under attack.
It's so crazy that Team Spirit is pulling this off right now. They're in such a bad position. Like,
Radiant's
I
middle
didn't see
tower
many
is
ways
under
back for
attack.
them. Stormstormer denies the barrack. Don't do that very often. It's alright, now moving on towards the middle side. They'll have it. They're racing soon.
Radiant's
Does Yatoro
middle
care
tower
though?
has
Team
fallen.
Spirit care?
They care a little. There's like a level of respect. It's like they care but don't care but do care. And I think they care enough to want to take a tier 2 top to take
Radiant's top
everything
tower is under
rather
attack.
than just one more lane. Yeah. And swap in your base is very scary.
Of course. Very different to swapping
Radiant
out of
are
the base.
scanning.
Gold for me. Dark light. Wave.
Tormented down. Fishman grabs the shard. Very nice shard for him as well. Obviously with those lunar illusions.
If you just click on the collapse, by the way, you have spell prism off the rain, and if you hover on bulldoze, duration 8 seconds, cooldown 8.6 seconds. Collapse has 0.6 second downtime on having 70% status distance and 25% additional move speed. 0.6 seconds downtime, guys. They need a nullifier.
They do. Nobody's close to one just yet. X out onto the Luna. Doesn't achieve anything though. That is the Hex from the Visage, so that is what he decided to go for. He went for the anti-Larl item rather than for the anti-Collapse item. Can be both, but not when you just throw it onto a Luna willy-nilly. I mean, can they rip through Yatoro?
There's a planar pocket in play as well, so if they want to jump and link stun Yatoros, it's just going to redirect to Collapse anyways.
It's tense.
Oh, this is an illusion!
Down, it's onto illusion though. That is not the way you want to start this one. Beautiful turn though, quells that collapse. Stops the charge from coming on through. Luna, she takes up. They need more damage than this though. They're not going to find it. And now, oh my god, Larl just getting the coil off and doing so much work. A glitch coming down as well. The heavens split open as Team Spirit starts tearing them apart. But Yatoro, he's not able to bring down Watson for the first time with the BKB ending. He will be able to do it now. Stormstormer gone. Fishman gone. Mira just topping up Yatoro from the sidelines here. Watson all alone, the swamp is there, not going to do a damn thing as Watson falls. Kataomi's out as well. It's just not a fight. Team Spirit, they've hit their timings and there is nothing which Entity can do about it.
Oh, this is such a Spirit Breaker TI. Like, this hero is going to win some team millions of dollars right now. Alright, buyback, nullifier.
Does have a Nully. He's also got an X marks as well. That should be enough to bring down Collapse. So,
like I said, guys, it's a Spirit Breaker TI. It's going to win millions of dollars.
Or lose it.
True.
Here we go. Team Spirit up onto the high ground.
Radiant's top tower is
Toro,
falling.
sending those bouncing glaives going and look at those barracks drop. It's beautiful and horrible all at the same time. And Larl jumps in again using that coil. The attack damage is too much. They've lost the dazzle straight off the bat. Just one coil and he dies. Watson trying to get his way back into the fountain. He doesn't have reincarnation right now. They're really close, just losing the game right then and there. They might still be. I'm not sure there's anything to chase Team Spirit away here. They have a buyback available in Spirit Break if they really want to come into this one, but at the same time, Roshan is up as well. Take it safe, take it easy.
And Yatoro went for the Moonshard.
Crazy.
He's got Satanic one. Okay, go Moonshard. There's already so much control, be it through coil, through charge, through overgrowth. Just pump out the damage. He's hitting for nearly 400 damage a hit. He has a small crit built into the Silver Edge. Like, why not? I just don't see Entity being able to take a fight now. They had such beautiful timings after the second, even the first Roshan. I just don't think they really exploited those timings well enough to stop Spirit from farming. The fact that Luna, under the threat of multiple agencies inside of Entity, was able to freely get to Butterfly, BKB, Silver Edge, the items that we're talking about now is just testament to how they played the wider map and just ignored the aggression of Entity.
Immortality.
Ag is gobbled up as well, so a ton of magic damage now coming out as well. It's a really annoying one for Wraith King to deal with. You know he's going to have to use his BKB on one of his lives, and for the other one, he's not going to have it. No, it's something which Yatoro can take full advantage of. He's so rich as well. 15k gold more than Wraith King.
My fantasy points are through the roof right now. Keep on farming, Yatoro. Keep on farming.
Really good.
Radiant
Walks up in mid lane.
5 times, but I'll let him off. And here we go. Barracks. What are you going to do about it? The Hex is there. The sweat back as well. Not bad. It's not bad. They might get the first life hit. They certainly will. Now, what can you do on the second one? Collapse. He's really going to start in on Stormstormer here, trying to take him down. BKB out from Yatoro. Aghanim's ultimate coming down as well. It is so much damage. So many glaives coming through as well. But it's not enough to bring down Entity. They're holding the line pretty damn well. They've lived through it all. Now, what can they do? Stormstormer, he's surviving. He's going to use that Stormstorm by himself a little bit more time. Watson on the front lines. He's going to die, but he's got the situation. And once again,
There you
the
go.
tidal creeps coming on back, but the mega creeps are gone. They killed the Barracks. They've got what they came for. Now, can they get any kills on the way out? Collapse just bullying poor old Watson here. What is the hero doing right now? He's back, left, right, center, swap. It keeps Watson alive just a little bit longer, but Yatoro comes in and finishes the job, and GG is called. Game number 1. It goes to Team Spirit. They turn it around and make some magic happen.
Team Spirit. Victory.
Quite the demonstration on how to play for the later game, and of course Spirit, they have such great understanding of the team and when they are truly